Okay, I want to point out this phenomenon, right, of metaverses. Uh, there's always been a lot of these like metaverses. They're nothing too significant, I guess, but there are always like they're now announcing metaverses, but some of these were already in the making. You know, like you can see I'm putting it together. Like, how far away is it to associate GTA with metaverse? Like, they're coming out with a metaverse. Well, basically, it's to facilitate NFT, right? But what they had was already like a metaverse. You know, what I mean, just because you didn't have VR glass headset on, right, and walking around inside, isn't this the same thing, right? Like Minecraft, it's like the next step, Minecraft. So when you're saying get into the metaverse and like all this excitement around metaverse, and it's the same thing that you already been doing, you know? And then that doesn't tell you anything about what the metaverse is capable of. Like on this Gala Games, they have some kind of technology to mine ERC 721 tokens through the browser, and it does not overheat your computer. That's got to be the biggest thing going, but nobody talk about it. If you went on D Live, your computer overheated. If you wanted to use Steam or something, they're mining Bitcoin. They're doing all this shit. Your computer is like lagging and slow and getting hot. Like, if that all of a sudden stops, nobody's gonna say anything. But of course, if you're paying attention, then you know when they start to act, this is all part of a plan. Like, they're okay, everybody, let's get into Gala, let's get into metaverse. So all the like different message boards, like maybe there might be one entity trying to buy all of them, right? We already know that, right? China, right? Chinese like buy credit because if your business runs out of, if you run out of money, you could still operate your business on credit by, and so like metaverses already have the digital land aspect for full Turing ecosystems, or maybe have something like a secret weapon or something. And all these people rushing in are they're gonna buy this shit. It's gonna evaluate well. It's gonna do well because of the technology, and they're gonna sell. They're gonna get edged out, which is a good thing. You want to get edged out, but I think that there's a lot more hype to go on than I could invent myself. Then it's just the only problem is that we're not 2 weeks or a month down the road. Because as soon as people get bored or tired, fatigued with anything like metaverses, like NFT, like any of that shit, right? There's gonna need to be some new functionality on display, right? And you can make a mountain out of a molehill very easily, right? And be right on the money too. Like, no, it's really a mountain. Like, it's just, yeah, weird. All right, so I'm gonna get into Townstar. I already made videos about Townstar, so I don't like, if I was on like I gotta get onto other platforms, and then so I got to get people to teach me shit now, and so somebody get on the platform and start building it out just on the strength alone, just on mere faith this is going to be momentous or whatever. But if somebody did that and then teach me a little bit more about how to use MetaMask, because I'm going to have to use MetaMask eventually. All these platforms, they let you start without using MetaMask. Start your wallet, get your portfolio. They know that when your portfolio evaluates high enough that you will eventually get MetaMask. MetaMask will follow you around with on trackers to go on. When you go to other website It does other website tracking and shit like that, you know. And then Google will get together and try to fucking suppress apps, you know. It's like they're trying to, all the people that don't put in the effort to pin down their most valuable NFTs with a ledger or something, so that even if you get temporarily hacked your social media, you can approach these companies so where it's get your shit back, right? But they never, so they would have moved all the other assets off of that wallet where they can't unpin the fucking NFT with the hardware wallet, you know. So like yeah, there's gonna be a few people like that living off the fat of the lamb, way up on a mountain, like in a modern new age art, some kind of design, you know, building and shit, like, you know, doing very well, right? Whereas a lot of people probably will give away their Apple ID or their Google their Google safe words and stuff like that. Like all that shit compromise, and they're trying to gear us up with the new updates and less customization and more like willing to give that kind of information out, man. It's like, and then right then and there you'll have a technocratic caste system, you know, just like that. But meanwhile, right, I mean, I guess people could get a lot of benefit from exposure to assets and evaluating different assets and putting them in, you know, and sooner or later they'll do the security and they'll do the custody solution, and, you know, but right now, yeah, I'll pass, you know. You're not going to be able to give anybody virtual land. Like, let's say, you know, you can't, you know, it's hubris to think that you can keep this shit forever, you know what I mean? But to trying to do something with it, you have to really become a good communicator and a creative mind and a good communicator to teach people how to manage assets, you know, because it's just like, fuck, man. I don't want to listen to a lot of people talking about what they can and can't do and shit. And they don't have really patience to hear me out, you know. And I'm not even trying to convince nobody. I'm not even really going out like to anybody like that. It's just at some point in time we try to get together something we can do, like, you know. And this is all just means to, you know. Oh, is there a potion on sale? Artillery. Oh, I don't know. I'm not buying a lot of NFTs right now. More of I'm looking at these probably different ways to liquidity pool, because you can get these NFTs later. People will drop them on the market for way cheap. Like sometimes people get fatigued and they bounce out. These aren't mine. This is a drop. Advertising drops. Alrighty.